Shaz Nawaz.
Thank you very much. If there's any more of those fruit and nut cakes or whatever they were, those biscuits, okay, please give one to Mark at the end. He deserves it. Right now, if you have lived in a property at some point in your life and then you rented it out, you get something called lettings relief. What that does is reduces £40,000 of the gain. So let's say you've made a £100,000 gain after you can taking off your principal private residence relief. If you rent the property out, if you own it yourself, you get up to £40,000 relief. If you have a husband or a wife or a civil partner who also owns the property with you, they get £40,000. So from the 100,000, you take off 80,000, you've got 20,000 left. From that 20,000, you have something called an annual exemption, £12,000 each, so you make no profit. From the 6th of April, that 40,000 each is going to disappear. That means you're going to have to pay more capital gains tax, which again I think is quite unfair. However, if you live in the property while you're renting it out, which of course most people are doing, aren't they, John? Most people are renting their buy-to-lets while they live in the same property, aren't they?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Good. So John says they're not doing that. So what they've now done is they've introduced this new rule saying if you live in your property, your rental property, and you're renting it out at the same time, you can have lettings relief. And how many people are doing that?
Lodgers maybe, but then not many.
Not many.
In real life, but they all will be now. They'll all be moving in.
They're all moving it up into those properties, aren't they?
Does that cover serviced accommodation? Like, so rent, using like Airbnb to rent out a room while you're still living in it, does that
Service accommodation is going to be totally different tax rules compared to this. This is just standard buy-to-lets, yeah. And but to get lettings relief, you have to it has to be your main residence sometime during the ownership of that property. So if you live in the property and you rent it out at the same time, you get lettings relief. If not, you don't. Then we had something which is quite brilliant, which is entrepreneurs relief. So if you sell a business or you cease trading, Mark, so this is where service accommodation comes into it, you can make up to you were able to make up to £10 million when you sell the property and not pay capital gains tax at the high rate. You only paid 10% tax. The Chancellor last week changed the rules and said that £10 million now becomes £1 million. So a lot of small business owners like yourself, like myself, work pretty hard over 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40 years. Okay, at the end, if they're lucky, they might sell the business and they get a nice little payout. What the government's now saying is, for those 30 or 40 years, we don't care how hard you worked, the first £1 million, you'll pay 10% tax. On the rest, you're going to pay a higher rate of 20%, which I think, again, is very unfair and very unreasonable, because a lot of businesses, as I say, rely on that exit value at some point. I mean, most small businesses can never sell their business, but those who can, I think it's only fair and right that they are able to make a bit of money at the end. Nothing wrong with that, but not according to the government.